Hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's Norma here, welcoming you to your Wednesday afternoon slow flow. It is Wednesday, February the 23rd, and it's a beautiful, cool, but sunny at times day here in Hamilton. If you are joining this class live, there are no props required for the class today, but if you have yoga blocks or a folded towel, we are going to start in the seat today, so that may make you feel a little bit more comfortable in your seat. Um, if not, that's okay. And as always, this is the all levels class. So bring your whole self here. Um, and we're going to talk about being kind today. I know we spoke about kindness to ourselves a few weeks ago. As this is Anti-Bullying Day here in Ontario, talking about spreading that act of kindness is beyond just yourself and to others that you may encounter along the way. And as always, that starts at home first. So I think we are about ready to get started. So when you are ready, you can join me on your seat. Just checking into all my devices. I had to make a little adjustments and make a little yoga studio out of my office here today. So let's begin. So finding a comfortable seat to start. And I'm sitting up on a yoga block. As I said, you could fold up a towel or a blanket if you don't have a yoga block, but not necessary. If there's any issues going on with your hips, sometimes it's nice to lift your feet up a little bit and let your pelvis neutralize, especially if you ever find that your knees are above your hips. And if sitting in a seat to begin is not feeling good in your body today, permission to find the most comfortable position so you can begin to arrive. If you are in a seat, placing your hands flat on your knees if you like to for more grounding, flipping your palms up to receive more energy. So allowing these first few breaths to allow you to arrive, knowing that there is nothing for you to do for the next 45 minutes. This is your time that you have carved out for yourself, just for you. So let's take an inhale breath with a sigh. Do that again. Inhale into your nose. Open your mouth, sigh, let it all go. And you begin to arrive. I'm going to introduce a breathing pattern to start our class today. Taking one hand to heart, one hand to belly. We're going to practice square breathing to start. And it's a breathing pattern that at any time throughout your day you can come back to if you're feeling a little anxious or a little stressed. It's called square breathing because we're going to follow a square. So we're going to, and I'll just explain it for now, just your natural breath. So you're going to inhale for the count of 4. I will count it out. Then you're going to hold for 4. Then you're going to exhale for 4 and hold empty for 4. And then we're going to repeat it 2 more times. And if at any time you feel anxious or it's too much, you just go back through, you reach out your breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Sometimes this is something that takes a little bit of getting used to. So totally exhaling to begin. Empty your lungs completely. And sometimes putting that hand to heart, one hand to belly just allows you to connect with your breath. So let's begin. Inhaling to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Emptying. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Final time. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just taking a moment or a breath to invite the natural rhythm of your breath now. Jayu breath, that little tickle at the back of your throat as the breath enters your nose and exits your nose. And just checking in with how your body's feeling this Wednesday. Sending the breath into any area that may be feeling stuck or maybe need some kindness. And if it is in your practice to set an intention for your class today, I invite you to do that. Maybe I spread kindness to others around me. I spread kindness to those around me. So letting that soak in, your intention, your sankalpa, your truth. Let it infuse through your whole body. And let's begin. Letting your chin fall to your chest. And slowly bringing it back to center. One more time, slowly chin to chest. And as we're thinking about how we can live in a world of kindness and shine our kindness, can you think about how you can be kind to your body one more time, chin to chest, through the next 45 minutes? Back to center, gently allowing the right ear to come towards right shoulder. You can tip out your left hand to the side and maybe take your palm and gently pull down on the right side of your head. So your hand is at your left temple. Gently getting some counter traction here, only if that feels okay. And using your breath. And letting the hand go, dropping to the side, hand comes back to center. You got it this time. Left ear or left shoulder. Tip out the right hand this time, breathing the left hand up, finding right temple. Gently offering some counter pressure with your hand. Being kind and gentle with yourself. I'm sending breath into my right neck. This is where I hold my stress. Awareness, never judgment. And then letting the hand go. If you're adding that stretch, coming back to center. Hands flat on your knees. Can you invite gentle rolls to your shoulders? Feeling any cracks or pops that might be there. 3 one way, and then 3 the other way. They can be small or they can be big. Offer your body what it needs here. And breathing your hands up overhead. Can you reach for the ceiling? Listening to your body. What does it need in this moment to wake itself up? Allowing your hand to come up and open to the side. Breathing at the inhale, crossing over your body, left arm underneath right, giving yourself a little hug. Giving yourself that kind hug like you would give somebody else. I miss hugging. I think that's the biggest thing from this pandemic that I've missed. And opening back up with the inhale, and you got it. Hugging yourself again. This time, left arm is underneath right. Allowing your elbows to come up at your shoulder level. Finding space there. Maybe even letting yourself rock back and forth. So remember that anything that I'm providing is an invitation. Adding any authentic movement that your body may be craving is what you should be doing. And it feels okay at times, maybe even closing your eyes. Sometimes that coming inward with our gaze allows us to connect more with our body and maybe not think about what others might be thinking, even if we're doing classes by ourselves. And letting your hands come back, breathing one more time up, and bring your hands all the way into your heart. Letting right hand come down on the mat behind you, breathing left arm up. Can you inhale to lengthen and exhale, twisting open to the right side of your mat. You're up on tented fingers on your right hand. Invite some play here, coming out with your inhale and with your exhale, seeing if you can pour your heart open further to far side. And back to center. You got it. Left hand finds the mat, breathing up here. And adding this twist. So incorporating that side stretch and this twist kind of all together. Back to center one more time, breathing up. And your hands come back to center. And if you're sitting on something, can you bring your seat down to the mat and slowly walk your hands forward, up on your tented fingers here, pouring your heart forward, using your breath to soften here. And walking your hands over to the right, having a little stretch in the left side body, not losing your breath. Coming back to center, you have it one more time, left side, walking your hands over, up on your tented fingers, letting your heart pour through. Nice stretch in the side body here. Walking your hands back to center, uncrossing your legs, letting your feet find each other. Knees are opening like a book. Finding your peace fingers, grasping onto your big toes. Can you inhale to lengthen and exhale, allowing your elbows to open to the side and gently pressing down, opening up your knees. And letting your heart pour forward. And allowing your breath to let your head become heavier and heavier here. And floating with that rhythmic of your breath, losing my words here. And see if you can soften even more with your breath, gently allowing the knees to open. Letting go, letting your knees close up like a book and stretching out. One long stretch, stretching everything out. And we'll breathe out one more time, coming into a forward fold. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling, hinging at your hips and finding whatever is accessible. It may be your ankles, your pant legs, maybe your toes are accessible. Allowing your heart to pull forward. Allowing a breath with a sigh pass by your lips at any time something might be coming up you want to let go of. Slowly allowing yourself to roll up one vertebrae at a time, allowing your head to come up last. Beautiful. Let's find find our tabletop. So setting that good foundation in your tabletop to prepare. Shoulders are stacked on top of elbows, on top of wrists, and the inside eye of our elbows are facing forward. Toes can be tucked or toes can be flat on the mat. Let's travel through 2 cat-cows to warm up our spine just that little bit further. Inhaling, you drop your belly, lift your gaze, your tail is long behind you, cow. And your exhale allows you to curl in, head drops left. And again, offering your body any authentic movement that you want to experience here, your body may be craving. Let's do 2 more with your own breath, linking breath with movement. Last one. Coming back to a neutral spine. Tucking your toes if they're not tucked. Engaging your core. Can you lift just your knees up to hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allowing knees to come down. Sitting back in your child's pose to reset your spine. And let's do that 2 more times. So setting your foundations to start, engaging your core to support your back and your spine, giving you power, maybe thinking about that power, that solar plexus engaging to breathe your knees up and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have it. Knees come down, stretching one more time, letting it go. And one more. Warming our body up, feeling that fire. So with your inhale, your knees come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out your heels here, wagging your tail. What feels good in your body here? We inverted in our seated forward fold. How does that feel differently here, standing now in your first inversion? And being kind with your body, giving it what it needs here. And when you feel ready, finding stillness, bending your knees, looking to your top of the mat. Can you travel there? Big step, tippy toes, or a big jump, whatever's in your practice. Toe heeling feet as wide as the mat. Can we grab opposite elbows, bending generously into our knees, hanging here in ragdoll, letting the weight of our head and shoulders bring us down. Then finding some movement here, big circles, like there's a big soup cauldron that you're stirring. Just moving your upper body and your arms. Nothing changes in your hips or your legs. 3 one way, then go the other way. Slower than you want to. Using your breath. And when that feels complete, coming back to stillness, nodding your head yes, shaking your head no. Maybe imagining any tension that still may be hanging on to your neck, just allowing it to go. And allowing your breath as you exhale to blow it all away. Allowing your hands to find the mat, heel toeing our feet back to hip distance. Can you inhale to lengthen, flat back? Exhale, folding in before rising all the way up. Come sweeping up to stand and bringing that all the way into your heart. One more time, inhaling. Exhaling, this time bowing over your soft knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, stepping your left foot back long behind you. Allowing your left knee to find the mat. We're going to allow the yoga mat to double up if there's any issues going on with your knees. Just reaching for my blocks. If you do have yoga blocks with you, you don't need them for this posture. It's always sometimes nice to have them for an extension of your arms. So your right foot is flat on the mat and fingers are on your tippy toes. Can you invite some circles now with this right hip? Sending some breath into the hip. Maybe you're finding a theme here, being a little bit kinder with our body today. Finding some authentic movements to be one way, then the other way. Let our body slowly warm up, inviting this fluids in our joints to fill our joints so we get more mobile. When that feels complete, coming back to your flat foot. Inhaling, allowing your arms to come up, low crescent lunge. Shining your heart forward, your gaze follows. Allowing hands to come down to the mat, finding your blocks if they're there, pushing into your right heel as you extend it long in your mat. Still a micro bend to your right knee, not locking it out in your half splits. You can inch that left knee back a little bit if you want to get deeper into the stretch. And inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, pouring your heart forward here. Where can you be kinder to your body here? Sending breath into any area that may be calling for attention. And playing with your breath once again, coming out with your inhale and seeing if you can get just a little deeper with your exhale. Slowly dragging right heel back so it meets the floor, popping left foot up, opening your foot up, and coming up to your warrior two. So heel to arch and alignment in your warrior two. Both heels are flat on the mat. Feeling that strength in your legs as it's holding you up. And finding that softness as you allow your shoulders to come down your back. Your hands spread out like wings. Gazes over the right middle finger here. Inviting more movement into our Exalted Warrior today. You flip your right palm up. And as we exhale, coming up on your left heel, or your right heel, coming in, meeting your hands over your head, and bringing back down, warrior two. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, sweeping up, and exhaling, coming down. One more. And down. Beautiful. Straightening out your right knee without locking it out as you gently reach forward, hinging at the waist when you can't reach forward anymore. Finding your calf or your ankle, or maybe that block is still handy, is available. Sweeping open to your triangle posture. So one long line from your right fingertips right up to that left hand. Seeing with your breath if you can just open your heart just that little bit more, and your gaze can follow. So using your posture and your props if you have them to give yourself space. I don't want to see anybody crunching down, forcing their body into a deeper expression of this posture and compromising your breath. Honoring your body. Being kind to it. Letting your prop go if it's there, unwinding, pivoting on your left foot. Left hand comes under left wrist. Sweep your right arm up and open, lunge twist. Lovely. Right hand comes down, right foot steps back. We're going to rinse it out with our first vinyasa today. So high or low plank, chaturanga dandasana all the way down, your yogi push-up. Breathing your heart forward in your cobra or your up dog, if that's in your practice. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths to reset. And I'm just going to change my view so you can see me. Getting a drink of water, towel break. Breathe your left leg long behind you. Inhaling, curling left knee forward, stepping or helping that left foot to the top of your mat. Right knee comes down this time, walking your hands up to your left thigh, heading up that yoga mat. Any issues coming up with your knee? Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, pouring forward into that left knee. And once you get your foundation and your balance, you can breathe your arms up. Low crescent lunge. Playing with your breath here. Letting hands come down, finding your blocks if you have them and if you want to use them for this posture. Straightening out left foot like you're stepping on that clutch pedal of your fancy sports car. Setting your foundation, letting your right knee come back if you have more space here. Still a micro bend to that left knee. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, pouring your heart forward, not rounding your chest, pouring your heart forward. Heart leads the way. And breathing. Finding that rhythmic pattern of your breath if you want to come in and out of this posture. Letting some flow and some play here. Being kind to your body if there's breath needed in the area that may be calling for attention. Slowly dragging left foot until the heel and the foot can stand back on the floor. Popping right knee up and opening your hips on your warrior 2 on second side. Gaze over your left middle finger this time. Allowing your shoulders to soften down your back. Nice. Shoulders are not your earrings today. Being kind to your body, letting that breath be soften. Alrighty, so you know where we're going now. A little bit change to our Exalted Warrior. We're going to come up on our left heel, close up like a book. Hands come to meet. Exhale, back to Warrior 2. 2 more times, just like that. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. Using your breath. Slowly straightening out your left knee, without locking it out as you stretch with your left hand. Hinging out your waist when you can't go any further. Finding what's accessible. That's your ankle, the floor, untouched fingers. Maybe you have a block. Open your heart open. Your triangle pose on second side. Is there any area that you can offer some kindness to in this posture? My hips are calling me. I did a lot of squats yesterday. Slowly beginning to unwind, letting the right hand find the mat, pivoting on your right toes. Right hand is under right shoulder as you twist open to your lunge twist. Allowing left hand to come down to the mat, letting right foot drag up to meet left, folding in, letting your toes find the wide as the mat again, coming into ragdoll, changing the opposite clasp of your elbows this time, nodding your head no, shaking it yes, just allowing everything to drip off here. Letting hands come down, heel toeing your feet back in, inhaling to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, folding in before rising all the way up, sweeping up to stand. Right hand clasps left wrist, inhaling to lengthen. Coming over to your left side, right side, sorry, I messed up in my directions in this room, I apologize. Letting our weight come into our right foot. If you want to challenge your balance here, allowing the left toes to come up. Even if it's just for your tippy toe, just for breath. And allowing your breath to come back to center, shaking your arms off. And inhaling, come sweeping up. This time, left fingers clasp right wrist. You're inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling, coming over to the left side now. Letting your weight transition into your left foot as you come up on your tippy toes and challenge your balance if you want to on the second side. Not losing that stretch though in your right side body. Beautiful. Letting your arms come down, shake it off one more time before you inhale, come sweeping up. Exhaling, bowing over your soft knee. Inhaling to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, allowing your final vinyasa or meeting in child's pose, because that is where we'll all be. Allowing a breath with a sigh to pass by your lips. Getting a drink of water or a towel break. Nice flow. Five more breaths in your child's pose. Taking this opportunity as we reset, perhaps coming back to your sankalpa, your intention that you set at the beginning of class. Thinking about what kindness means to you. Maybe acts of kindness that someone has given to you, which you have filled up your heart. Or perhaps even remembering an act of kindness that you've provided that filled up your heart as well. And when you feel ready, pushing yourself up to a seat. And we're just going to do one last little stretch here before we find our backs. So legs are straight in front of you. Taking right knee and bending it. Your right foot is flat on the floor. You can stay here. Or you can invite your right foot across the other side of your left knee. You're only going to take this posture if it's not engaging your right hip. You want that right hip to be flat on the mat. So inhaling, we're taking our knees close by us. Our exhale, taking right hand behind us. We're on our tippy fingers again. So inhaling to lengthen, and exhale, pouring your heart open to the right. a little bit different than our twist at beginning of class today. Slowly letting things slow down. Unwinding, taking your left hand behind you and just a slight reset up here, twisting to the left to reset. Uncrossing your legs if they were crossed and allowing your knees to shake off. And go on to the second side. So this time you bend at your left knee, left foot finds the floor beside your right knee. If you have the space and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take that left foot across your right knee on the opposite side, but only if your left hip is still engaged in the floor. So we're inhaling to lengthen to prepare, hugging that knee right in. Our exhale allows our left fingers to find the back of our seat. We're on our tentative fingers. And inhaling and exhaling, pouring your heart, twisting from your spine here, just as a unit. And playing with the breath. Finding more space here. And be kind to your body. Is there any place that you may be gripping? Can you soften just 10% more? Your next inhale allows you to come back to center, hugging with your left arm this time. Right fingers come back, and just that slight reset to counter twist. And coming back and crossing your legs if they were crossed, and shaking your legs off. And slowly finding yourself on your back to your Shavasana. And if you want to engage your core a little bit, as we started with engaging our core, maybe slowly finding your way back down to the mat, slower than you want to, one vertebrae at a time. And then you made it. Fantastic. So taking your knees into chest, rocking from side to side, giving yourself a little massage. You allow your knees to fall over to the right. Left hand is stretched out to left side, palm face up. Your gaze can follow, or you can close your eyes here. A supine twist. Right hand can be on your belly or softly on your knees. Being kind to your body here and allowing yourself to soften. Allowing a sigh with pass by your lips at any time. Letting anything go that may have come up. Perhaps imagining that breath, allowing it to blow away. Your next inhale lets your knees come back to chest and slowly rocking back and forth a few times until your left knees find the left side of your mat now. And checking in with that right shoulder, making sure that it's not propped up. Right arm is long out to the side, palm face up. And your gaze can be over your right shoulder, your eyes can be closed here. Being kind to your body, perhaps noticing the differences from one side to the other. And you soften just 10% more. And when you feel ready, knees come back to the center. You're bringing your head and shoulders up. Give yourself a big hug. You're finding your Shavasana, your final resting posture. Spreading your feet along the mat, letting toes fall open. Hands could be by your side, palms face up. Starfish, or you can go into cactus arms. Or one hand to heart, one hand to belly, letting your feet come in a reclined cobbler. Lots of choices. You find the perfect spot for you, for your Shavasana. For this final few minutes of rest and restoration, knowing that I will be here to guide you back when the time is right. Enjoy. Unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change. If you don't have a hard stop and you're able to stay in your Shavasana, I invite you to do so. If you do need to begin your day, slowly bringing your awareness back to your breath, back to the space that you're practicing in, allowing the sounds to surround you in your space, and slowly inviting small movements back into your body, allowing that light to re-enter your eyes. And when you feel ready, letting a long stretch awaken your body. And allow yourself to curl up in a ball, going over to one side or the other, whichever is calling you. And staying in fetal position for a breath or two. soaking in your practice, revisiting your sankalpa if you had an intention for your practice today around kindness. And when you feel ready, pushing yourself up to a seat, standing your hands to heart center, allowing your chin to become humble, your gaze is lowered, your eyes are closed. Taking a moment to thank yourself for rolling out your mat and joining in practice today. Observing the changes, may they be small or big, that your practice may have brought to your body, your heart, or your mind. Thanking yourself for exploring kindness and what kindness means to you, and the potential for what kindness may mean to others. It has been my honor to lead you in practice today. Know that the love and the light in my heart bows to the love and the light in your heart. Namaste. Thank you all for joining. I hope you have lovely evenings or days if you're doing this at another time. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for coming. Remember to sparkle some kindness out there. You'll be happy with the results.